Awesome. I'm gonna open up Hex Castle today. It's from Kingdom Builders, Little Tyke, MGA. Awesomeness. Look at the king up here. So cool. Oh. If you haven't checked out my video, oh no, I just dropped tattle. Oh, goodness. Oh. In my last Kingdom Builder, I opened up these two characters. Be sure to check out that video. But today, I'm going to open up this giant castle. I don't know what I can tell you about this, except that it opens up to 2.5 feet tall. It's ginormous. I love the king character that's included. That was a very big part of me deciding to get this. I had to carry this home on my bicycle from Erie, Pennsylvania, from Target. I think Target's the only place you can get these. You can build and configure the castle in many ways. I love 5.5 inch, 6 inch figure scale toys, so this castle can play with a lot of my other toys too. I'm so happy to see Little Tikes making action figures, which I can't really remember anything like that. If you know any Little Tikes action figures, let me know below, because I am a big Little Tikes tool fan. So this is taking the tools just a little step further. Look at all of this. Here's some of the other things that you can get. At Target, they also had the wrecking roller, and they had Sir Hammer of Head. But they didn't have any of the other figures except for these. They just had Hammerhead, this guy, and this guy. Crow and Philip. He's a Philip screwdriver. He's a crowbar. Makes these names easy for me to remember. It says there's 30 pieces, endless builds. Came with a handle, so easy to carry home if you want to. I love the King character, and he's a socket wrench. King Hex, exclusive figure. You can watch the series on YouTube, and I watched the couple of episodes that are up, and it's quite good. This set is going to be a lot of fun. Can I just open it right now? Is that okay? Have I shown you enough? What's the right way to open this? I thought I was done showing you the box, but that looked pretty awesome. By royal decree, King Hex, King of all Buildera, needs you to help build and defend Hex Castle. I wonder if we're ever going to see any dragons with this set. Oh, I like this. Look at the brick design that was underneath here. Oh, that bag of parts, this bag of parts, this bag of parts, instruction manual, this part, this part. I think for the video I'm going to have to build lengthwise because I can't make this 2.5 feet tall. You won't be able to see it. I have a feeling Sir Hex's transformation is much easier than any of the other characters. So yeah, let me show you King Hex first. This is what he looks like in king form, but like all of these figures, they transform into tools. So let's secure his legs by pushing them together and putting that peg into that peg hole. Make that sturdy. Push up his arms, so to give you some leverage. Push down his head. Put in his staff, and you got yourself there a ratchet, or a socket wrench as they call it. Really kind of cool. And you can see how tall he stands next to Sir Philip. And the evil Crowdabar, who's much taller. Okay, let's check out the castle. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. What is all this? There's tape on here. I hope it doesn't leave any sticky residue. There's a trapdoor here. Oh, there's so much cool stuff. I don't know how I'm going to show it all to you. So we got this bottom base. Looks like this. That is one giant nice trapdoor. That's the inside. Everything reminds me a little bit of toys that I had when I was younger. Escape hatches, turning jail dungeons and stuff. Wow. Wow. Let's see what's in here. This piece, This is really nice plastic too. Snap it onto here. I think you can build some of it, but I think some parts have to stay in a certain position, maybe. That's too tall. I'm gonna have to build lengthwise. Hopefully there's an alternative build here, because I can't be building up higher than that now, can I? What do they do on the box? They do have this on the ground on the box. I think what you're supposed to do, put this up here, and then you put this, whoa, up here, and to put this one on like so. So that's really, really high. If I hold it back here, can you see what the whole castle would look like? There's all kinds of like screws and stuff, which I'm assuming, yes, are in this bag that you have to use to secure these different levels. But I am going to look for instructions on an alternative build, because that's just too high. I'm going to have to build it separately like this, which is definitely okay to play with it like that too. So you can actually add this tower, or, I already snapped this into place, or you can put on this tower. I'm pretty sure that this isn't just for moms and dads. I think once the kids get the hang of this, that they're going to be able to take over this themselves. Look at that feature. I keep discovering new awesome features. Should I follow what they're doing on the box? This is kind of how they have it set up from the box. But that's really cool that you have these options. So I'll do what they have in the instructions. So you snap it in like this. I really like how the castle looks. So far it's my favorite piece from the series. I mean, it's the most epic piece from the series, so. And then I think we have to go in here and get out some of the pegs and stuff. So it says attach the balcony. You could screw it into any of these positions, but let's use the example they gave, and I think a nice placement for it is definitely right over of the top of the castle. And then you can choose which tower you want to put on top. So you can choose this one, which is really cool because you step out the door and you're on the balcony. So I like that option. But the example that they use in the instructions is this one. What you do is you slide it into place here, and it makes a point of showing you to lock it into place here. So you see how that locks into place? So I guess that's just so you make sure that it's secured, so be sure to do that. And then you take your included screws, and your fingers work just fine, but you can also use the tools. Mr. King Socket Wrench also works perfectly. Super awesome, super fun. Just make sure that you get in all of the ones to make sure that it's all super tight. Yeah, nice. Really, really impressed. This thing flies out by itself all the time though. And then they advise that you put on this tower at the top here, which I'm certainly not going to do because it's going to be too high for you to see. So I'm going to build it as a separate little castle down here on the ground, which is totally an allowed option. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it on the box. Imaginations in motion, it says right there. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, there's so many accessories that they're telling you to soup up in the next steps. Let's slide this across and take a look at all of these awesome accessories, which you can put on anywhere. I guess you could put this down by itself, but I definitely prefer it on the platform. Again, push it into the platform, you lock it into place, and then you secure it all. And again, it's set up so you can choose to put either this one or this one onto this platform as well. Then you find your screws, put them into place everywhere that you can. Usually there are just 3 that you need. This one's a bit tight. I might have to use my tool. I have a feeling that a lot of adults are going to find that they're going to have more problems building these toys than their kids are. But once you have these 2 pieces together on the platforms, And even if you want to build this up, I think it'll be a very popular move to build this super high. The kids will definitely really like that, so they can stand and play even. But once you have the basics, and it's just the accessories, which are going to be the most fun to put on, add, and remove, and put them in different places. Let's take a look at them. The dragon is standing out the most to me. Look at that. It's just a one-sided dragon, more like a gargoyle for the top of your castle. Just screw that into place up at the top here. I think that is a good place for it, but you could put it at the top here. I think the higher the better for this guy. And then we have a couple different cannons. Oh dear, look at these. They swivel and twist, and they screw on like this. Let's point it away from the castle. It seems like there are two types of holes. There are holes that have a few different levels of plastic in them, and there are some that only have one. I've noticed that the cannon is not staying secure in the single layer. You need to find a place that has more threads. The cannons I'm having difficulties with securing, but you can see this cannon too. So it looks like I'm going to have some missiles and cannonballs in here somewhere. Let me leave those off for now and see all kinds of other accessories that you can decorate your castle with. So we've got two of these hanging flags, this flag that hangs like this, 3 of these torches, and we got this treasure chest. And wait till you see what's in the treasure chest. What is more valuable than golden tools? You gotta love that. Adorable. Look at this rope accessory that you can hang, and you can climb up to the top of the castle. You gotta love that accessory. Definitely a big fan of that. And it's like this rubbery rope. That means that the figures will definitely be able to hang on to it, like so. That's awesome. You're given 12 of these screws, but let me get these things on, and then we'll check out all of the little magical features that happen in this castle. Here's a little pro tip that I just discovered. If you were gonna stack this all the way to the top, the 2.5 feet tall, I would put this feature at the very top, because there is this dropping feature, because you're going to cover that up if you put this other one on top. So then you will no longer have that feature working, because this will snap into place. But if you put it at the top, then you have the most features for your buck. So that's just my recommendation. But I'm not stacking it today. I'm going to keep 2 separate little castles for myself. And something else you can do is you don't necessarily have to use these screws to secure it into place. You can use one of the accessories, so you can have both an accessory and hold things intact at the same time. I don't want to obstruct the view with that flame, so I'm going to choose something else to put there. You might also find a few places inside the castle to decorate. As you can see, there's this hole here, so if you chose, you could put a torch, or you could hang a flag there if you so choose. Don't block the door opening though. Pay close attention to where you're going to put in the screws, because not every hole needs a screw. Like, for example, you don't put one into there. It would only be detrimental because it doesn't have anywhere to hold on to, and it might actually push the castle out of place. And here's another example. That screw wouldn't go into anywhere. So there's 3 points on each tower where the screw works. And some accessories might be too heavy for some places. Like, I had the flag up here and it worked perfectly well, but that torch is really pulling it down. I also chose to switch these towers up because if I do put this up on top of here, like I said, I don't want to lose this special feature by snapping this over it. And I also really like how the balcony works with the door over it. But again, you can put the balcony on anywhere you want as well. So now you can protect and defend your castle in different ways with different features. There are action bolts for protection, and there are targets for destruction. So when the bashers are attacking, they can hit these targets, and they can leave the castle unarmed here, so they can climb up and get into there. Or, with the action bolts, you can protect your castle and put up barriers. Again here, an action bolt with another barrier. Love that one. Here's a secret door. Well, I found a place that the cannons work quite well. They actually screwed on to the side here. They stay pretty securely into place. You smash the door in the right spot, and then you can open it up. But then you also have a action bolt for the heroes just to enter the castle. Here's a good one. So another target spot, which reveals the treasure inside. Pretty cool. They still have to get to it though. And then there's this target that also opens up the castle and can be broken into. From inside, once somebody climbs on, you could send him flying, which also reveals a pretty awesome grate there, which you can look down into the locked up treasure room. You could probably also lock some people up in here like a dungeon if you wanted to. The only way to trigger that is from the outside. You can open the drawbridge by turning this one. Oh, there's that one to drop the balcony. There's also a little place to screw something in right here. Oh, I haven't showed you the cannons. There's a cannonball, and you put that into here, and that goes flying. Works very well. And then there is this missile torpedo thing, and that goes into this cannon over here. Springs into here. Oh. So that works really well too. This is a pretty sweet set. Definitely a lot of fun. You might have to tighten your screws every once in a while. You can use the different accessories that come with the different playsets, and they all screw together and you can all build them in different ways. I like it. I really like the castle. I love how it looks. It seems really sturdy. I kind of like the fact that the screws get loose, because it actually is kind of fun to tighten them every once in a while to make sure that your castle is all secure. So you want to check everything every once in a while. It's just maintenance that you have to do to make sure that the bashers aren't gonna get inside. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Oh, this is awesome. Look at this. Meet the bashers. And here are the builders. The one I want a lot is Sir Wrench a lot. I really like his character. It kind of reminds me of myself in the cartoon. He's the one that I want the most. I'm going to do some different configurations now. I don't know if this is intended, but if you put a screw into the balcony here, it stops the target from working. So that's kind of cool. You can kind of lock it into place. So that's a nice security measure for your castle. And they can't get in there. And another pro tip is to store your screws into the empty slots. They don't necessarily have to do anything, but that way you won't lose them and you just have a place for them. And of course you can always use the cannons on the ground by themselves. I seem to be unlucky with my first attempts. There are lots of places that the cannons fit on better than others. Both of these positions are very secure right now. He's awesome. He's my favorite figure so far. So angry.